Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I just back in California here. I was out in Vegas, and I'm here for a very short trip, and then I'll be back, and then I'll be on the East Coast. So I'll shoot some videos from wherever we go, and it's Saturday morning, so beautiful day out here. Just watching some surfers, and there's some pretty good surf out here earlier. But yeah, so I was thinking, guys. I was just kind of thinking about what I think is going to happen. I've been thinking about this video for a long time, actually. Like what's going to happen in the next 15 years. And I think what's going to happen is it's related to MGTOW, and it's related to the way that we think. You know, the way the guys think. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, oh, it's so beautiful out here. Hey, how you doing, man? NYC crew MGTOW, dude. You're all over that. Yeah, it's warm today. It's like I'm wearing shorts. It's like a beautiful day. Out taking the dog for a walk. Hey, Darth Invader, how you doing, man? Welcome to you too. What's good, man? Well, I'm kind of thinking I want to kind of lay some ideas out for you guys about what I think is going to happen in the next 15 years. And it's something I've been thinking about for a long time. So I don't know if I can cram it in here. I don't have long to make this video, so it's going to be a short one. Basically, I think what's going to happen is more radical than a lot of guys think is going to happen. I think we're going to see some major changes. And I don't think a lot of people are going to be fans of these. And to be honest, I don't even know if they're going to be good in the end, because nobody knows good or bad, right? Nobody really knows. How you doing, man? Good morning. Happy Saturday there. Oh, here's the guys tearing it up there. Let's see. Who got a strike? Who got a strike? Which channel? I don't know who you're talking about. Let's see. MGTOW expat. Is that right? Oh, no way. No way. Holy crap. Okay, I didn't know that. All right. Yeah, so guys, I want to lay down some ideas, and I think it's very related to our the way we think. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Dude, I know. Dude, John, man, John is awesome. I can't, dude, MGTOW is freedom. That is like the saddest thing. I can't believe his channel's down. I really hope he gets something going public again, because the wisdom he's got to share is so valuable, you know? Yeah, so here's what I think, man. Here's what I think is going to happen. And it's pretty radical, and I don't know if everybody's going to agree with it, but I just want to kind of lay it out here, what I think is going to go down. So what I think is going to go down is, basically, I've been into crypto since the beginning. Hey guys, I'm not selling anything on this channel. Like I've never sold anything. I never endorsed anything. We had our event, and that was it. At some point, I probably will have something, but I'm not in this to make money. You know what I mean? Like I really enjoy this whole thing, man. This whole this whole fucking thing, like, that's happening. Like the whole MGTOW niche is just blowing my mind, like day after day. Like I think about this stuff all the time now. Like I just kind of like, well, what's next? What's everybody doing? What's going on? You know, I read all the comments. I watch the other channels, and so what I think is going to happen is, okay, but I am into crypto. I'm big time into crypto. I'm not selling crypto. I'm not selling anything, but I'll tell you, I'm going to have another video where I'm going to talk about what I think is smart to buy in crypto, you know, but it's not anything related to me. So I'm not selling. When I do talk about it, it's going to be from a general market perspective. But I think it's going to have a big effect on society. And like I said, I've been into crypto since, let's see, I got into it pretty heavily about 3.5 years ago. So it was new, right? And I got lucky, because I got involved with some heavy hitters that were buying, well, MGTOW survived. Dude, MGTOW is definitely going to survive. MGTOW is definitely, the niche is going to survive. There's no question about it. I don't know what's going to happen on YouTube. You know, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen with that. It's the location I keep a little bit secret, but I am in California. Yeah, I'm in Southern California, and it's a beautiful day, and it's like it's been a really good surf this morning, and now the guys are just kind of catching the end of the morning surf here, basically what's going on here. Yeah, so what I think is going to happen is, until now, society has been based, like governments have been important in our lives, you know? Governments, like Western society, They basically, and if you look at Chinese society, like the emperor and the whole structure of society was really important at some period. It was very important to man to advance. From the trees, from the monkey stage, right? From we built these hierarchies and structures and cultures, and these things were really important to us. They're not a joke. Like what we've built. Now we make fun of it. Like governments, and some people don't like certain elected officials and this and that. But this is the stuff that got us, from warring tribes that were basically killing each other, where we didn't want to meet. We couldn't meet any new people. We wandered around in groups of 150 maximum, and brought us to where we are today, where we have technology, we have, like amazing things that are available. Like for example, I'm streaming out here in the ocean, right? Standing out here watching surfers, and I'm streaming video to wherever you guys are. So it is amazing, and it's all related to man's progress. But what I think is going to happen in the next few years is going to be a very, very, very big shift. And what I think is going to happen is this. I think that basically the way that governments have survived, like if you look at governments, they're basically like royalty these days. Like, like even someone like the president of Google or something, he's kind of a punter compared to somebody who's the president of a country. When he comes into town, man, it's like they bring out the airplanes and the guards and the tanks and the guns, and he's treated like royalty, right? Like whenever I see like meetings of the G20 or whatever, and I see like groups meeting, I swear to God, they're like freaking royalty. It used to be that businessmen were royalty, but now it's government officials are royalty. And if you look at a lot of the niches, like for example, the groups that are trying to shut down MGTOW, they are milking government. They're the kind of people who basically have learned how to use democracy to their advantage. So basically band together, and they can get things done that they couldn't get done on their own. But it's run its course. I really think that the current structure of society has run its course. And what's going to be the big change? I think what's going to happen is, the biggest change is going to happen is cryptocurrency allows everybody to trade without trust. You don't need to trust somebody. You can set up an escrow account, and you can have, you can set up something where you buy a car and like two people have to approve it, and it takes 2 seconds, and then if they approve it, the sale goes through, right? And hey man, how you doing, man? Dude, crypto power. We're talking about crypto. I'm talking about crypto is going to change the world. So what I think is going to happen is until now, governments basically print up money, and that's how they stay in power, is they control money. So when you control two things, money and land, those are the two things that everybody uses to control man. Money and land. So if you look at the Communist Party in China, they basically nationalized all the land back in 1949, and that's how they control the people. So you can't really own land in China. You can only own like a lease on the land, right? And that allows the government to keep control, because they control the land that you live on. They control the earth, right? So if you build a factory, for example, if you build a factory that has 150 years of usage, it's very much, the laws can screw you over, right? You can set up a factory that has like 150 years of usage, basically a planned use of 150 years. And then if they change the laws, you have to move, right? It basically ruins your business, right? So the way that they control you is through the way that society controls man. And like I say, this is not a conspiracy video. I am pro progress. And I think that governments have done in the past a lot of great things, and have caused man to advance. So I'm not against governments. This is not a conspiracy thing. But what I'm saying is that it's run its course. So just like companies have kind of run their course, and now they're going to decentralized ownership and things like open source, things are changing fundamentally in the structure of society, and the things that brought us to where we are today are not going to be the same things that bring us to the next stage, right? So what I think is going to happen is basically, I think government's going to collapse. I know it probably sounds radical, but here's what I think is going to happen, just kind of like in a nutshell, is governments control money. They print money, and that's how they're able to make decisions. So they can decide to invade a country or whatever, and all they have to do is a bunch of guys get together who have been elected, and they vote for something, and then that happens. That goes down, right? They print the money. Now with cryptocurrency, one, you can't print the money because the money is a set amount, right? That that is decided by the original white paper and the structure of the currency, right? There's all different kinds of cryptocurrencies, but essentially like Bitcoin, there's 21 million maximum coins, right? So there's no way to print new ones. So if you invade a country and your country is using Bitcoin, you can't just print new Bitcoins, right? So the only way that you can get money in a crypto economy is by somebody paying you. So for example, I say to you guys, I say, hey, we're gonna, like, guys, you guys are, let's invade a country. And then you guys are like, a few of you guys are like, yeah, let's do that. And the other guys are like, no, I don't want to do that. I have to ask you guys for money. So I have to say, look, we have to buy like 400 like planes. We need like gasoline. We need jet fuel. We need bombs. We need this kind of stuff. And then each person has to give me $10,000 in Bitcoin in order for me to do this invasion, right? Well, what's going to happen is as soon as it's an expense for the normal person, right, where it's not the government deciding and printing, it's just a normal person, of course everybody's not going to agree. So that's going to be the end of war, because there's no way to fund a war if you're in a crypto economy, because you can't, there's no money for them to print. They can't do it. They have to ask people for money. So it's really the end of the ability for governments to control these kind of things. Now the next thing is, you pay taxes, right? Why do you pay taxes? You pay taxes probably because, awesome, dude. Yeah, that's good. The reason why, that's right, the Crown owns, exactly. And most countries, essentially the government in the end owns your land. And again, this is not a rampage against the government. I'm just talking about the structure of society that's gotten us to 2017. Right? But what is the next thing? So with a crypto economy, you have to beg people for money. So you say, look, we want to have a war. I want you guys all to send me $10,000 in Bitcoin. And then, of course, no one's going to do it, right? Well, how about taxes? Okay, with privacy coins, there's no record. It's deliberately obfuscated. I can't even think of the word, but basically it's hidden. So you can't see where the money is going. Like crypto coins like Monero, like Zcash, like Verge, these coins are untraceable. So they basically, no one knows who's spending them. They don't know where the money's going. So what happens is then you can't, there's no way for the tax system to control you, to take your taxes, because they don't even know who's spending the money. They don't know who owns the money. They don't know where the money is, right? So that's the thing, is there's no way to get taxes in a crypto economy. The only way to get money in a crypto economy is if you provide value. So for example, if I have like a service I offer and I say, look, it's $100 in Bitcoin, or it's like 2 Bitcoins or whatever the price is, then you can send me money. But that's it. I have to offer something, and you have to voluntarily send me money, right? There's no way to, so for example, in a crypto economy, there's no way to take that money. Hey, Miggy, how you doing, man? How you doing? Dude, I'm out here on the beach. It's freaking beautiful. It's a beautiful day. Just walking the dog, and I'm cruising around. Dude, yeah, the whole crew's here. Yeah, NYC Korean MGTOW. He was on the case. He was number 2 today, Miggy. He was number 2. That's a shocking development. Oh, you guys are in Pattaya. Oh, sweet, dude, sweet. You guys should go out to the pier at sunset. The pier at sunset in Pattaya is awesome. That's a nice place to be. I'm out at the pier here in Southern California, and it's warm and it's freaking beautiful. It's so awesome. No, I'm not in Pattaya. Miggy is. Miggy, MGTOW 101. He just posted. Yeah, he's in Pattaya. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Pattaya is awesome. Pattaya is a great city. It's so freewheeling, man. You can do whatever you want in Pattaya. That's for sure. There's no rules in Pattaya. So okay. So I was talking about what I think is going to happen with society, and basically society is going to have to fundamentally change, because you won't be able to take people's money. So for example, if somebody's selling drugs or something, the government right now, we accept it as normal that they will just take the money. They'll just like confiscate the guy's bank accounts, right? If he didn't pay taxes, they'll just take the money. With crypto economy, you literally can't do that. So the only way to get money for a government or a group or anybody, including me and everybody, is to earn it. So to do something that's valuable. So for example, with crypto, the governments could charge money to take a street, a road, right? They could have an automatic toll that takes Bitcoin out of your wallet, and you'd have to set it up that way. That they could do, right? But they couldn't do is like say, oh, you're a bad man, and we're going to take all your money, because they can't do that anymore, right? With crypto. So I think what's happening is crypto basically started with this, the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper, and then the programmers and I don't know if you guys know how crypto started, but basically I'll just give you a quick rundown. What happened was there was a white paper written by a guy, and what a white paper basically is, it describes a situation, describes it's almost like if you wrote a paper like, okay, there's going to be a house on the beach, it's going to be 2,000 square meters, square feet, it's going to have a balcony, and you start describing it, and then the guys who read that paper, they make the house, right? So that's what a white paper is for crypto. Is like somebody writes a paper, and then other programmers, they think it's a good idea, so they get on board, and then they create that thing that the guy described, right? That's how crypto started. So the brilliant white paper that started, you can read it online. It's really worthwhile, actually. That was the description of what Bitcoin would be, what could be, and then other programmers volunteered their time to create that, so they could make this beautiful thing that we have that's called Bitcoin, right? So with that currency comes the inability of companies, the total inability of governments, to confiscate money, to control money, to tell you what to do with your money. So essentially, like right now, like any government official is kind of like they're kind of like royalty, right? You see them cruising up in their jets and everything. All that money was not asked for. I'm not saying it's a big conspiracy or whatever, but I'm just saying that nobody asked me if I wanted to, give money to, some politician's airplane, or nobody asked me if I wanted to pay for some war. Nobody asked me if I wanted to pay taxes or not. Nobody asked me if I thought that, so-and-so project was good or not, right? Because basically I was kind of forced to do it, right? Noted down your Thai number. All right, cool. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, cool, man. We're resting tonight. Got to go to Pattaya today. Cool, man. Cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, Chinese crypto is amazing, man. Fucking amazing. What's going on with Chinese crypto, man? Oh, it's huge. So what's going to happen is now it's kind of the end of people being able to force others to do what they want. So it's kind of like at a point where you have to like get permission from people in order to take their money anymore. So it's kind of like the end of governments, if you ask me. It's like the end of governments, because no more can they do what they want. They have to ask permission, right? And so what I think is going to happen is with the next, like the '08 crisis, okay, the next crisis is, it's already taken off. Crypto is now a thing. Everybody's buying crypto. It's nothing to do with MGTOW. Crypto is huge. Like everybody's getting into it. Everybody from banks to Morgan Stanley, everybody that said they would never do it is now like fully on board. They understand it can't be hacked. They understand that it's like this beautiful thing. And I'll do a crypto episode where I'll talk about crypto, because I actually am pretty into crypto. But just in a nutshell, what's happening now is it's reached the level where it can't go away anymore. Like it's now a thing. It's part of our lives. Crypto is now a thing. It ain't going away anymore, and there's no way anybody could shut it down. The only thing they can do is slow it down, right? Once the social movement's gotten too big, it's impossible, right? And that's kind of what crypto's at now, right? So that's where we're at. The governments didn't realize crypto was so powerful. It's a very big threat, and what's going to happen is it's actually very, very, very serious. It's not even just a threat. I don't think it's a threat, actually. I think that crypto will destroy governments by nature. So what's going to happen in 15 years, my take in a nutshell, is that essentially governments will no longer be able to fund the things that they want to fund. So they can't fund a road just because they want to make a road. They can't fund a war just because they want to fund a war. They can't take taxes just because they want to take taxes. The only way they can take money is if you agree to it. So if you personally say, hey, look, I agree, I think this road should be built. It's going to be a beautiful road. I'm willing to give you $1,000 to build that road. That's the only way they're going to be able to get money. And as you know, that's a terrible way to make money, is begging people for money. So governments are going to basically slowly lose power. Government officials are going to be out of work because they won't be able to raise taxes like before. And as this happens, what's going to happen is more and more people will go to crypto, because every time that there's a new crisis, crypto is going to go up. So everybody that's smart basically is saying like, hey, like, let's get some more crypto, let's get some more coins, let's get some more whatever it is, altcoins or whatever. And so it's just it's a virtuous cycle for crypto. Is every time there's a problem with fiat currency, more people go to crypto. And the more people go to crypto, the more the price goes up. And the more the price goes up, the more the other one goes down. So it's a lose-lose for governments. So I think in the next 15 years, what we're going to see is a shift from rich governments with power over people to essentially almost like NGOs where they beg for money. That's my take. Is that's what's going to happen to governments. So no more beautiful jets, no more tanks, no more like spending your money the way they want to. Governments are going to be poor. No one's going to want to work in governments. The only people that want to work in governments are the people like for example, the same people that work with NGOs. So somebody wants to go feed dogs. Somebody wants to go help animals. Somebody wants to protect the environment. They do that not for money. They do it because they want to do it, right? They maybe have a regular job and they do that on the side. That's what's going to happen to government work. So governments one at a time are going to fall, and it's going to create a lot of chaos in our lives, you guys. I'm not saying it's going to be easy or good. It's going to be a lot of radical stuff is going to happen. Some governments will hold out stronger than others, and they'll be able to get power, and there will probably be wars from governments that still have the ability to force their citizens to give them money. And countries that don't, that are more open, like the United States, are going to have a more difficult time because more people will go to crypto faster, right? And so, but in the end, the governments are going to totally lose power. Basically, the government era of our lives is over, and it's just now it's in its dying stages. That's my take. That really is my take. I'm not making this as a radical video. I really believe this is going to happen, and I'm making this video now because I want it to be on record that I think this is going to happen. So it's going to be a slow strangulation of governments. It's going to be a slow thing, because in the beginning, governments won't really understand what's happening. They'll be like, how come people aren't paying taxes? Well, if you're making Monero is an untraceable currency. Why would you pay tax if you don't have to, right? So again, I'm not promoting anything here. I'm not saying you guys should do anything. There's no legal advice here. There's no financial advice. All I'm talking about is general trends of technology and how cryptocurrency is going to change what I believe the structure of society to be. So whoever goes first is going to go first, and whoever goes second is going to go second. It's just like evolution always happens. Some people see trends, some people don't, right? There's going to be major changes in our lives, you guys. And not all of them will be good, because one of the functions of government is to keep things secure and safe, and wars not happening on our streets, right? As you can see, there's nobody shooting me right now, right? And the reason why is because there's a security force, right, that keeps me safe, right? When governments lose the ability to fund themselves, there's going to be a huge transition, and I don't know what's going to happen in the end. I'm not sure what the final stage, but the reason why I'm making this video is I think it's going to happen faster than most people. I think it's going to be 15 years. We're going to see governments basically being poor, like NGOs, just like you would maybe give money to Cambodian kids to support them, right? That's what's going to happen to governments. So no more royalty, telling you what to do. No more ability to take your money. You're going to have to give your money. You're going to have to choose to decide to give money to people. And you're going to do that based on the value they provide. So if a government makes a road that saves you a lot of time and it's awesome, you might buy it. Or if maybe your life is at stake and like there's another country's invading, maybe it'll be easy to raise money for governments. You know what I mean? Like if there's a country invading your country, people will volunteer money. So I'm not saying it's going to be like a shutoff where no one's going to ever have any wars again. I'm just going to say it's much more difficult to fund those wars if you have to beg for money, and if you have to explain it and get everybody to agree to it. Then you can't just get the printing presses going and then start making tanks. You know what I mean? It's no longer like that. Now it's like this whole fundraising thing. It's like taxes, same thing. No more can you take somebody's taxes, and there's no more can you take someone's taxes and just make something you want to make. You got to get the guy's permission to make it. think about those changes. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'm heading back. I got a bunch of stuff to do today. I got a bunch of friends coming over. We're going to be totally munching out here soon. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And my next video, I don't know where it's going to be. It might be in back in Nevada, or it might be on the East Coast, because I'll be out the East Coast here in a few days. So this is the last one. This might be the last one from West Coast for a while. We'll see. I love it out here, man. I grew up out here. I freaking love it. It's so beautiful. Hey, Crypto Power Man, no problem, man. No problem. Thank you guys for watching. So have a good Saturday, guys, and thank you very much for your input. I'd love to hear your comments. Think about it. Think about what's going to happen, and the people that spot trends and take action first are the ones who win in life. And there's no doubt about that. It's always like that. People with vision, and I think that MGTOWs especially are men of action and also men of vision, and looking at things realistically, not emotionally, right? So make intelligent, logical, smart decisions based on the truth of what's going on in society. Don't be a lemming. Don't just follow things just because I said it. Don't follow because somebody else said it. Think about it. Use your brain. Use your brain. Hey, thanks, Miggy. Might be hanging with you guys very soon. There's some fucking great news coming up. So I'll be announcing that. All right, guys. Take it easy. And I'm off.